So, Deborah.
I'd love to hear, knowing Kenneth and what I presumed is such a strong character he was, whether he had any doubts when it was first performed.
I think he always had doubts. I think he was terrified going up to the first night of anything. And Manon came after a very tough time with the critics. He'd just taken over in 1970 as artistic director, and the first ballet he did was Anastasia, and they threw the book at him, and he had a bit of a breakdown. So the next one, which was Manon, he was very determined to play it a little bit more carefully. Ballet was still stuck in a sort of classicism that wasn't prepared to move forward. So every time he did a ballet, when he wanted to use real people in real situations, he was very nervous.
I think what hit me big time when you look at that cast that he worked with is how brilliant he was at typecasting people into roles.
Yes.
Did they really believe that he got it right for them?
Because he had a great track record of great casting and finding people like he found you when you were hardly out of nappies.
Thank you.
I mean, you were 19 or something when,
yeah, that's right.
when he did Pagodas for you. I think people genuinely trusted what he was going to do. And they would have, they've gone to the ends of the earth for him. That was what was so wonderful.
I do remember not ever wanting to let him down, actually. These pas de deux in Manon are probably the most difficult in some of his ballets he's ever done.
Yes, at the time he was obsessed with ice skating.
Oh.
So all those swirling pas de deux.
That image is perfect.
Yeah.
Because we literally had to glide along the floor in every slide, in every lift, take off out of a lift as you were traveling.
Yeah.
And it was so hard for the guy because nothing ever was square.
No.
Nothing ever was straight. He wanted every angle, every lean, every change of direction.
Which must be counter to all the training, really. The thing is that if you're telling a story about great love, which then becomes traduced and broken down by circumstance, you have to say to the audience, these people have fallen passionately for each other, so all restrictions are off. An upright pas de deux with everything perfectly in place and vertical is not going to give the audience that impression that they've risked everything, which he does for love. When did you first do Manon? I can't remember.
When I was first due to do it, actually, Kenneth took me out.
Yes, well, because, I remember
that's right, you
that.
don't have to explain.
No, I know, but people used to get upset if he took people out, but his argument always was, I don't want this to be wrong for them.
He was the only one that actually told me why. Because I'd just done Winter Dreams with Irek.
Yes.
So then we stepped into Manon thinking that the partnership would be perfect in those roles. And of course the ballet hadn't been made on us. So there we were fighting with our bodies. And Manon is one of those roles that the main couple have to be like this. Their bodies have to entwine and feel as natural as possible together.
Yes, it's true.
So I was very lucky. To have Kenneth at the beginning of my career was
I know, but he was too, because
amazing.
to come upon and to be able to use a talent that trusts and is open to anything, doesn't come with a whole lot of preconceived ideas. What he wanted to do was get stuff done. Well, it was his lifeblood, I knew that.
But I want to go and tell all the dancers now, go and think you're an ice skater. I'd love to give them that image because I think it would just click. They go, exactly.